Hey, I hope you're having an okay day today. Um, yeah, mine was okay. It was just all over the place again. So I was driving all around. I did get to see someone I hadn't seen in like 8 years, and it was amazing because she was older then, and now she's like, I think, late 80s, and she looks the same. So it gives me hope. Anyway, so I am on page 81 at the bottom, the very last paragraph today. All right. As I look out the window, I feel so close to what created all of us and this beautiful sunrise. We are cruising at 35,000 feet, and at this altitude, I see the world and life differently. I think about the turmoil going on down there with Bosnia and Sarajevo, and the chaos, the misery, and suffering everywhere in the world. Why do we have to live like that when the universe is created in harmony? My life is itself a mirror image of the world, but only smaller, with internal wars of pain and suffering that I am unable to explain to others. I hope the flying all this way will bring me some peace of mind and connection to someone like me. A glimpse of similar hands, fingers, toes, eyes, or mannerisms. The plane begins its descent into one of the most crowded cities in the world, Calcutta, home to Mother Teresa. With a jolt, my mind travels back 25 years to my earliest memories. Dirty streets, beggars, hunger. I remember all the stories about Calcutta. I am prepared for the worst, a horrible, terrible stench filling the air, the stench of the cow dung being burned to cook with. I brace myself for the worst possible smell, the most poor, miserable people on the streets, a mother I haven't seen in 25 years, and a brother and sister whom I've never seen. As we land, all I think about is my mother and how her arms will feel around me, and what it will be like to gaze into her brown eyes. Because of the lack of communication only through one aerogram letter, I hope that she really will be at the airport. Would she know I was coming today? Maybe tomorrow. Oh my God, what if she thinks it is tomorrow and I won't know how to find her? I don't have a phone number for her. I hope I told her the right flight numbers. Oh God, what will we do if she is not there? I have no clue how to go around Calcutta. What if India has a different calendar? Yeah, I was starting to sort of just freak out because I realized, I sent her one letter and just told her I was coming and my flight number and the days and all that. But as I got there, I was starting to go, like, did she even get the letter? Does she know it's the right flight? Does she know? And then I was going to the point of wondering, do they have a different calendar? Because at that time, it was hard to access a lot of information about another country unless you were reading an encyclopedia or a book in the library or a book in the bookstore. And I didn't have a lot of information. I didn't know if they had the same calendar. And so I was kind of like, oh my God, what if it's a different day? I had no idea. And just, coming into Calcutta and that feeling of meeting someone that you don't remember, and you're back to meet them, and all you have is a picture, and here you are dumped into this crazy city and trying to just take in the smells, even when they open the airplane doors, and just all the memories that came flooding back about what Calcutta was like. It was just emotion overload and sensory overload too. Just taking it all in as we landed, and and the smells as they were opening the airplane. And it was just really an intriguing experience. And I was so scared. I mean, in some ways, I was so scared of meeting my mother. And, and just simple things I was fearful of was, is she even gonna show up? I didn't know if she would show up at the airport. So, all these things were twirling around in my mind and guessing and wondering, God, if she is, what it's going to be like, is she going to be a nice person, or is she going to be nice to me? Are we going to have a connection? There was so much going through my head at the time. And, I don't know if I've ever experienced anything else like that, where I had so much unknown. And I don't know about you, but I'm not great with the unknown. It stirs up a lot of instability and fear and even anger sometimes, when I don't know what life's gonna bring me. It is hard to, just keep going sometimes, or not to be totally fearful. So I see that in my everyday life, the amount of fear sometimes that I have when I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen next month, whether it's your, just whatever it is, with work, with people, with relationships, and you don't know where they're going sometimes, or where they're going to end, or where they're going to begin. And that not knowing can sometimes really control your life and scare the hell out of you. But there's also the other side of it, which is when you don't know, you don't know. And so you have this vast vacuum to fill with so much cool insight and information and learning and growth. And that is what the opposite of it is that. And, you kind of have to balance it out and figure out how much uncertainty can I take, to maybe get to that other side where you learn so much and grow so much. So anyway, that's all I have to say tonight, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for following me and listening and messaging me. I really do appreciate it.